and we did his interview a while back, and after interviewing others, and we honored to be able to give him what he deserved as somebody who contributed to one of the foundation clubs here.
He was a gifted athlete because he was a very good half miler actually. He was a gifted athlete who he was a good dribbler, and he shot the ball extremely well. And in the late 50s, because he left QRC in 57 and joined the Animals, and he very quickly established himself as a player of national standard and caliber. Very committed to football more than anything else. That's the one thing that he was always very committed to football. Very humble, always a humble fellow, but very good dribbler, very good dribbler. And he was quick. I tell you, he's an excellent athlete, so he's very quick to change the pace and that kind of stuff. I mean, if you're a goalkeeper and you get in close to the edge, you're about to start to get nervous. Very good at that. He's a spangler boy.
Skerritt was good, man. Skerritt was real good. I mean, when Skerritt going to kick, we used to call him gunshot. The Jamaican guy called him gunshot. Gunshot. But Skerritt going to hit it. There ain't no question about it. You had to start the duck when Skerritt kick it. He hit it hard. But Skerritt was real power. Skerritt was real good. But then injuries can get frustrated, you know. Sometimes you're trying to play your best, but injuries hold you back, and you had a bad knee and everything. And, well,
yeah. So Skerritt was big, man.
Yeah.
Skerritt was big. In those days, used to have like hired guns, and he was like a hired gun. The first thing I recognized him playing when he played with Birasa. He played Birasa, probably Philbert Cummins. Yeah, Philbert. That team called, ask him about All Hawks. Yeah, that's a social team. But he would have been about 14, 15 at the time. But by the time he was about 16, he was playing first division football. He was a one-man gang. He was like going with us, He used to play inside forward, but he could have played defense too. But he was a play inside forward. That's why I really know him as an inside forward. That's the days of the 4-2-4 football.
Mm-hmm.
The Don Revy, the W, the 4-2-4 came after that. Yeah. This is the original football where the two wing backs used to play deep and the half backs used to play wide. The inside forward, they're going up and down the field, and the center forward down deep. He's a one-man gang, man. He had a lot of physical ability. Then he could have used both feet. Very, very physical. Like a horse.
But it was ended up in a limp up here.
Well, since he was home, he didn't go on trainer. So he had about 3 knee operations in Trinidad. So that's what took him down. But he played North South and everything. Paul Spain League. He played everything. Went to Guyana with a Trinidad team once. It wasn't a full Trinidad team, but a lot of Trinidad players. Skerritt was big, man.
Yeah.
Skerritt was big. I could picture him playing. When he played on Sunday mornings, he used to play in a khaki hat, short pants alone. No shoes, no shirt. 3 hours,
Ooh.
He used to play for 3 hours right in front of Katie's Road there. I played against him, but not he was kind of out by then. He came out, he broke down early in football with a knee problem. He was big, man. Skerritt was big.
Tough guy, he was a tough guy.
He proved to be very valuable in terms of compromise and an intelligent fellow. A very intelligent fellow. He passed seniors underage, Like men used to be 18 and 19. He passed at 16. Now he was an intelligent fellow, well spoken, could write well and all that kind of stuff,
Well, I remember the big words.
Oh yeah, and he's still so,
I remember the big words. Me alone used to be laughing.
He's still so. Yeah, but Skerritt was above normal kind of individual in almost all aspects of his game, and he was very a pleasant fella to approach. Yeah. But Skerritt is some bad talk people, you know. If he bad talking you, you see it in a certain way, and you realize that he bad talking somebody. Yeah. He was always that way. Always that way, and you would always like to go somewhere to talk to somebody with Skerritt, because he would carry the conversation in a proper manner, a proper English. He was always so. He was always so. As I said, I knew him up here. I knew him in QRC, but not as a friend. And the friendship grew when we came here.
Anthony George Skerritt.
Did I hear like you have a little sniffles? Or you making out with COVID?
Isolation.
There you go.
I had a stroke, you know. I had a stroke in around Easter.
Easter when 2020?
Yeah?
Easter 2020?
Yeah. I had a stroke around Easter. I was hospitalized for about 2 months.
Oh.
So I on a kind of restricted ambit. She was a recover. Still seem to have the majority of my mental recall.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that. His blessings.
So there's that.
You come to Toronto.
Yeah.
You came on your own. You came to.
Alvin is my brother-in-law. Alvin Thomas.
Right. Yeah.
My brother-in-law. He was also the halfback who was playing behind me in Dynamos. When we were playing a formation called Don Revy. So I was the backward center forward and he was the attacking right half.
Okay.
So we were friends.
Okay.
I got married to his sister, Claudia. And when Alvin migrated and he gets straight, he sponsored his sister and we moved Kitan Kabul up here. Alvin Mara was still with us in the house on Elton Street. And all of us came. But that time Anton and Joel were little kids.
Okay. Involved in the soccer now.
Up here?
Yeah. And was Iere in existence already or did?
No.
All right.
So I came up in November of 68. The summer of 69 is when I started to play for Iere Malta. I play half season with them because when the tours arrived, because remember come in November, so I was on the slow. Like everybody, these people, when they start thinking about football, so I started playing with them, and then halfway into the season, I get introduced to the West Indian community up here. I realized that West Indies have a team.
There you go.
Right. West Indies United.
Yeah.
So I wasn't happy playing with Iere Malta. So I played in the half line. They don't want to kick the ball when they kick it in because he can do it. So they kind of have me in a shell, and then these are the other workhorse because I played in the half line, and I supply in these runners ball. I ain't getting no ball back. They pass the ball to them. They talk this Portuguese or Maltese language or whatever, and I ain't getting no ball. So I wasn't really satisfied. But I was, I like the game, so I was kind of toughing it out until I realized that they have a team called West Indies. I used to practice down by Lakeshore, I think which one by CNN entrance. Yeah. See, so that have a set of grass just before the entrance of CNE there. That was West Indies in the practice, so I went down there evening by, I had myself a time. I said, oh God, look, this is well for good. it's a screen country football, I know. So I end up, I get a transfer from Nice Molder to West Indies.
Yeah.
That was the tipping point.
Yeah.
So I get a transfer because Nice Molder used to pay me to play.
Okay.
But anyway, so
At that time, I guess you had Dunkley, you had, was Bugs in the team at that time, or who was, you remember who?
who is Bugs?
Bugs name by, oh man, Slim Dark Bugs.
Oh, he started to play
Pizai was there, but Bugs was a slim, tall defender.
Yeah, because he ended up coaching a team that the young son played for.
That's right.
Right, yeah, I know Bugs and all them. And Pele, the other goalkeeper named Pele, I think.
Yes.
The other guy used to play centre back. He used to come from Sudbury or something, so that fellow was very good. Like. And then, the other Redskin boy used to play striker. Can't even know,
So you went in a team and you fit in because is a talented bunch, and I know you know talent from since home. So
yeah, but the
Dunkley and them.
Dunkley and
Chubby was there then. Chubby was there.
When Chubby come over, I was getting ready to leave.
Okay.
I was only playing this season, but at that time the concept of I was in December.
Okay, and who came together to get this embryo developing?
Well, you see, when I came out, I started to go UFT.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to go UFT in the day. I was working in the post office in the night. But the task was too heavy. But in that period, I get to line with Miles Sosa and Peter
Maslin?
Peter Maslin and them guys.
And what, Ian Jones?
So,
Ian Jones was in that perimeter?
No, Ian Jones was in Kingston. He was going to school in Kingston. Mangi was going to school in London.
Okay.
So they were not in the city as such at that time. So they trying to get a Toronto aggregation going.
Yeah.
So Clyde McNeil, who had pretensions of being a goalkeeper, he was part of that.
I mean, he was a goalkeeper before he leave over. Farmer Brown was a goalkeeper. What do you mean pretension? I don't know what he did up here, but
yeah, no, I just say I just say like it.
Don't try that. I know he didn't reach his full potential with you guys. I know that. I know because when I came up and he already started to put on some weight, so yeah. So you're right. Your choice of words.
You had the right hands and all that.
Yeah. Your choice of words was right. Pretension.
So what happened? Sosa too was good. University students, graduating students that year were like Peter Maslin, Miles Sosa. Who else was it? All of a sudden, this will talk about Formula Trinidad, the bigger team. In one of later presentations, they presented me with a plaque for naming the team Iere.
Okay.
Giving the team its name.
So let me ask you again, because this is verification. The stigma the Trinidad and Tobago thing, so that was the perception that because you guys were from Trinidad and stuff, so that was kind of close to where the identity of the Iere was going to be, because I know Junior Parker and Tom Sosa, being Trinidad and Tobago nationals, they stayed with West Indies. So how you look at how the embryo developed now into something?
Well, no, but a call to scholars. Sosa, the big Tom Sosa, you can understand because he was the man, he was one of the men that the Jamaican was looking up to. He was like that. Tom Sosa was like that. He was an old serious boy. He was from Trinidad, but at the time he come up, he didn't have no Trinidad team, so he turned out to be a kind of chief organizer in West Indies.
Mm-hmm.
So that was understood. Junior Parker, I still had the question marks about his loyalty to the West Indies. Because the thing is, Junior Parker and Dennis, they played with Niger Malta too, you know.
Oh yeah, I think he did mention that to me. Yes.
They played with Niger Malta, so that when I see West Indies, I decided going West Indies. I tried to pull them, but they didn't come. They stayed with Niger Malta.
Ooh.
And when we formed, I expected them to come. So I leave, but they went with West Indies. West Indies also had a redskin Trinidadian boy named Alan, who was playing left back or something for the team at one point. Even I tried to pull to IE.
But you know at that time, as you say with Tom Sosa, maybe a lot of those guys in talking to Junior, he felt that he just didn't, some guys just didn't, they didn't looking at the grass being greener. You looking at it as a national identity, but they probably, some guys like it when it's kind of ready made.
I was shocked that Junior didn't come. But what make it even harder for Junior to come was that his other brother was a kind of stalwart in West Indies too. He had another brother.
Who, Pancho? Pancho?
Yeah, Pancho.
Didn't even know Pancho was there before he came over with Irie. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but remember now, I only coach Irie for 1 year.
And before you go to the coaching, I understand you were the first coach of Irie, is that correct?
Yeah.
So how you get the coaching, how you got into the coaching, seeing that the name and the formation, you take the bull by the horn or?
I was in the organizing group, the formation group. So when I give them the name too, they kind of surrender in a form. It happened spontaneously. It was no canvassing and nothing like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As the conversation started to develop now, you have to remember this is a formative year. So what happened is that we trying to recruit people to make this thing a possibility.
That's right.
Yeah. So but I come up with it. Irie is the whole current appellation for Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
So it just,
well, we always, some people feel Irie is a different Jamaican term.
No, it's a current appellation for Trinidad. So when you start playing, you start beating team in double figures.
Okay.
So that was part of it.
So that you stay 1 year there promotion.
I say 1 year there, but among the new fights in the team was this fellow from the East called Ken Martin.
Oh, okay.
So that what happened in my first year with Irie is that Ken Martin reached a half a beat too late to be coach.
Okay.
But I'll put it that way because the rivalry between me and Ken, it was more friendly than anything else. It never really I get radicalized playing football because I had come from a context where the game was closer to the English tradition. You play a hard game and you shake people and after the final whistle and all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Up here, that didn't seem to be the operative thing. For about 3 reasons. No, I have to tell you this for purpose.
Mm-hmm.
For about 3 reasons, because when we started to bash these teams that they come up against, the players didn't like it because they really thought that no aggregation, a young black, or not young, but not necessarily young, but black people could defeat them in any contest, you see?
Mm-hmm.
So the handshake and the original pat on the back became a rarity, at least in my estimation.
Okay.
And so that's how we used to do this. And I remember they put us in the 4th division when we first joined TND, which is really the dregs of the league. So we beaten team of kind of 18-0.
Which is kind of demoralizing and not nice, but
Yeah, well,
I could understand no shake hand after that because that shake hand is almost like a laugh. So the man won't really want that.
Well, all of that.
So did you get promoted and you?
I don't know about the promotion and things. I remember I was only there for 1 year.
When I came, when you were around, you came back around. That's what I'm saying. You came back around. I would say.
What happened is I went to do operation on my knee.
Okay.
I did an operation on I did surgery on my knee. I was in St. Mike for a while and all that. And I was to go back and do some more surgery, but when I realized how close I had come to immobility, I say I ain't going back to the surgery. That's what happened. I didn't follow through with the series of operations that I was supposed to do.
I just wanted to get your part clear because I know you were wrong. And then you weren't wrong. So,
Yeah.
but I still used to see you because again, I was end up being a friend of the family, right? And so, what make you make that decision with Anton? What did you see? Because you end up starting to gravitate to Flemington.
Well, I had a friendship with Jupiter.
Okay.
I had a friendship with Jupiter, and I to a certain extent, I believe in the approach to things. So my entry into the league was to help with the refereeing. I was coming to help with the refereeing. But then I was in Scarborough, and I was coaching Scarborough, and then Scarborough had a team in the league.
Correct.
So I end up playing, but I used to play too. I end up playing for Scarborough in the league.
Correct. Yes.
But there was as time went by, the rest of my playing on more of my rescuing buddy with the refereeing and thing. But what was happening simultaneously is that Arnold at 9 was a kind of phenom.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Mexico with the team he's with. I forget the name of the team now. Gilwood. Yeah, he went to Mexico and they couldn't get enough of him in Mexico. Everybody, the Mexican nationality were calling him Pele, all kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't there, so but these are the reports that I get today. Adnan also played ice hockey, and he was playing good too.
Yes, I remember that. That's when Lonely reported that Meji playing different sports. You know.
So I said, look, let me get this boy some roots, eh? So that was the only thing on that roots right, but I wanted him to have a consequent experience to mine.
Where do you think the club went wrong to be defunct?
I don't understand. I noticed noticed a disenchantment with a kind of detachment that started to manifest itself with Anton and his association with the club, and then I realized that it was common to the group. At that point, I was never close enough to fathom it, because I still had the tentacles attached to I used to play. As a matter of fact, I got injured playing a game for Scarborough after I played for the match before in RH King.
Yes, that's right, yes.
So I played for Iere, had a good time, and then Scarborough was short enough to time, and I hurt the left knee in that. So I was really, I was only attached sentimentally. I wasn't very involved in the interior workings of Iere.
And why? Because once you're wrong something, and it's you see, that's the difference with me. Once you're wrong something, because you have a passion, and look, you realize you're the guy. I didn't even know what you told me today, that you're the guy who actually named the thing. I found out a few days ago that you were actually the first coach. Why? What was the disenchantment?
What happened with Iere, I think, is that I think when Junior come back and start coaching Iere, that took me at arm's length with the club. I was on the outside before, but when they decided they're gonna give Junior anything, and then remember that was a time when Beryl Company was playing for Iere too. You remember that?
I am very much aware, but this is a process where you want to hear from people like you, because it's kind of authenticating the format.
I don't know what happened. Somewhere between the pinnacle of achievement, there was the Saturday summer tournament. There used to be a Lamport and all that, to the doldrums of non-repeated. They lose, because if you remember, the regiment up here, teams from New York used to come, teams from Boston, Montreal, used to be in the tournament. They lose contact with the general body, and it's a lot of ego.
So I want to thank you for giving me your part of the history of the soccer/football here in Toronto.
Yeah.
And stay safe.